What's going on, everybody? Josh, Old School Cards here. And as we wrap up 2025, I get to show you guys my top 25 cards of 2025. So let's get right into it. Number 25, 1973 Topps, Roberto Clemente. This card was important to me just because of the fact that uh, it is Roberto Clemente's last playing days card. It shouldn't have been because he was taken far too early, far too soon. And this card was actually produced after his death. Moving into number 24, 79 Topps Ozzie Smith rookie card in a PSA 6. This card is a great card. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on, so I'm trying to read. Um, he's one of the top 25 players I've ever seen play in my life. And I thought it was important to, I don't know if you remember, if you go way back at my channel, one of the first projects I ever did was collecting rookie cards of the top 25, like doing a roster of top 25 players I've ever seen play. And Ozzie Smith was on that list, and that's why I have this card. 1957 Topps Ted Williams, number 23. This card, if you look real close next to his belt line, you'll see a little hole punched through the card. That's why it got a 1 in SGC 1. But if it did not have that hole, this card is beautiful otherwise. And since it wasn't on him or really interfering with the picture, I don't mind it at all. 76 Topps George Brett, another person that I saw play, my top 25. Um, I believe this card came out of my dad's collection. I got it graded, and uh, it graded a 7, coming in at number 22. This card right here, really cool card, 1968 uh, Topps, 67 RBI leaders, 3 Hall of Famers on that card. Orlando Cepeda, Roberto Clemente, and Hank Aaron. I saw this card at a card show, and I didn't have one. It was in really good condition, so that's the card I picked up, and it graded a 6, coming in at number 21. Real cool card. Coming in at number 20, 62 Topps, Willie Mays. I don't know. I've been partial to this card design. I know it's tough to grade because of the wood grain look, but I thought it was just a great card in general, and couldn't pass it up when I saw it. Number 19 is a 1966 Mickey Mantle. If you haven't noticed, some of my cards, I do not mind rough corners. I'm more stickler on registration and centering, but it doesn't have to be perfectly centered. It just needs to be reasonably centered. So you can end up getting some really nice cards when you approach your purchasing this way. This is a 1, and there's no creases or anything in the card. It's a 1 that, in my opinion, looks like a 3, but it's a lot easier on the wallet. I believe this is the only ungraded card, and this is the exhibit Joe DiMaggio. Um, it's ungraded just because I haven't gotten around to grading it yet with all the grading controversy going on. I haven't done a grading submission in well over a year. I canceled my PSA submission a year, 2 years ago. This card does need to get graded, though. I picked this up at a card show locally, a real small card show. I mean, I'm talking like maybe 10 tables, and really there's 2 vendors who had vintage, and This was a really good pickup for me at that card show. Number 17, the 1959 Hank Aaron. I am in the process of doing a Hank Aaron run. Uh, I believe I purchased this card already graded because like I said, it's well centered. It's not perfectly centered. It's a little off left to right, but the registration, everything else is really good, and the corners don't bother me a bit on these vintage cards. So SGC3, Hank Aaron can't beat it coming in at number 17. Number 16, the Splendid Splinter makes his first appearance on the list. 1958 Topps Ted Williams, card number 1. Great card. Like I said, it's off-centered left to right, but the registration is good. Everything else is really good, and comes in at a PSA 2. Great card to have in my collection at number 16. Number 15, the Rickey Henderson rookie card in a PSA 7. Also, one of the top 25 players that I've seen play in my lifetime. Part of the criteria for that was that I had to have seen them play live, not on TV. So I was born in California, raised in California, so I got to see the Oakland A's a lot when they came to Anaheim. I was from Southern California. So I did get to see Rickey Henderson play several times, and he comes in at number 15. Number 14, Ted Williams again, and this is 54 Topps, number 1. This card is the first card in the set. He actually has 2 cards in this set. I don't have the last card. It's the first and the last. So he bookends the 54 Topps set, and I'm waiting. I'm still looking for that last card in the right eye appeal. It's abundantly available, but I'm kind of picky when I pick my cards. I like low grade vintage that looks like it should be a higher grade. This card I actually traded for. I set up at a card show. I had some vintage cards out that I had recently graded, and a guy was working on a set, and he pulled out a few cards, and we decided to trade those cards for this Ted Williams, and it comes in at number 14 on my list. Number 13 is probably my favorite vintage set of all time, 1956 Topps, and this is a Hank Aaron in a 2. All right, back to where we were at. Number 13, 1956, Hank Aaron. It's my favorite set of all time, 1956 Topps. I just like how everything looks on these cards. This is a beautiful card. I got this card a couple years ago. White back, PSA 2, well centered. Just a great card. Great card to own. Love Hank Aaron. I'm working on a Hank Aaron run if you can't tell. Number 12. This is a card that I've had in my collection for a long time, and it ended up really high on the list just because of the grade it got. SGC 8, Johnny Bench. This list is kind of based on value. I took my value from Card Ladder. That's where I keep my graded card collection. I keep a digital copy of it on there so I can kind of track all my cards, and at the same time I have all my cards in the palm of my hand. It's kind of neat to be somewhere you get to talking about cards, and oh, do you have this card? And I can pull it up out of my collection and show them the card that I have. And it's a way to take your collection with you everywhere you go, and it and in the background tracks value and does all that other stuff for you. So it's a very good investment. It's not cheap. It's a couple $100 a year, but in my opinion, it's worth it because it allows me to track what I have, and I can look at my collection anytime I want. Number 11, here's another Hank Aaron, 67 Topps. This is more towards the end of his career. Great, beautiful card, good registration, not horribly centered or not horribly off centered, but this one's in a 5. So it's a lot of fun collecting these all time greats and just thinking about the stuff that they had done for the sport, for the game, for humanity. It was a real tragic couple years ago when Hank Aaron passed away. Pretty devastating. I have my own opinions about that. I'm not going to share them here, but he comes in at number 11, PSA 5, the 67 Topps Aaron. At number 10, another one that was gone way too soon, the 83 Topps Tony Gwynn in a PSA 9. This card is just a beautiful card. He's one of the purest hitters I've ever seen in my life. He's in this. I have this card because he's on my top 25 list of players that I've seen play in my lifetime. So Tony Gwynn at number 10. Number 9, another 56 Topps, Sandy Koufax in an SGC2. It's a beautiful card right there. Koufax cards are very rare because he didn't play that long. So anytime I find an opportunity to get a nice one, I try to pick one up. And this one's no different, coming in at number 9. It's a 2, in my opinion, that looks like a 4. Number 8. This card is very special to me. I read, or am in the process of reading, Glory of Their Times, and the first person I read about, Rube Marquardt, at the very beginning of the book, made me want to get into pre-war, and that's kind of where my focus will be going into 2026 is some pre-war vintage. I have an idea that I'd like to pursue. I'm building a war chest, as some would call it, to make some bigger purchases. I'd like to knock off some bigger names in the pre-war stuff before I start collecting some of the smaller names, because when you're capturing the big ones, Cobbs and Wagner's and them, you need large amounts of cash because you just don't know where that card is going to fall and what you're going to be able to get it for. So my plan is to get some of the bigger cards, the Mathewsons, the Cy Youngs, the Wagners, the Cobbs, knock those down first, and then I can start rolling into some of the lesser known Hall of Famers. Being a Red Sox fan, Tris Speaker, Smokey Joe Wood, those types of cards. But prior to that, I'd like to get some of the bigger cards from pre-war, and that's really what I'm focused on going into 2026. But nonetheless, this is my first pre-war vintage card, the T206 Sweet Cap Rube Marquardt, and it's number 8 on my list. Number 7, another 56 Topps, Ted Williams. This is just a beautiful card. SGC4, can't beat it. Love this card. This is, like I said, 56 Topps is probably my favorite set. I have a bunch of cards I'd like to get out of that set and add to my list. Number 6, this card is very special to me. This is my first vintage card. I was at a show. I saw this card raw, and I don't know, it just spoke to me. It doesn't really fit the parameters of what I collect now. It's off-centered left to right pretty bad. But I bought it raw. I submitted it, got an SGC2, and this is what sparked the vintage collecting for me about 4 years ago. So I come back to it. I dabble a little bit in some modern stuff, modern hockey, and got a little hockey surprise on this list. But right now I'm focusing on vintage. I'm not focusing on hockey, and this is the card that started the whole thing for me. and it's number 6 on my list, the 58 Topps Mickey Mantle. Number 5, 56 Topps Jackie Robinson, Grayback, PSA 3. It's another beautiful card, and this is where I say I like to get low grade vintage that looks better than what the grade is. I understand that PSA has a game that they play with their grading, and they don't like to grade things really high. And as a collector, I just try to take advantage of that. In my opinion, this card should have probably been a 4 or 5, and I get to pick it up for the price of a 3. Great eye appeal at PSA 3. Number 4, the 9 off-centered Ripken. Usually when they put the OC, I believe it's top to bottom, because left to right it's not too bad. Top to bottom it's a little thick on the top. Same thing, Cal Ripken Jr. was in my top 25 list of greatest players that I've seen play live. So he comes in at number 4 with his rookie card. Number 3, the Nolan Ryan rookie and the BGS 3.5. This card is on its way up in value. I don't know why, but 68 Topps. I picked this card up a couple years ago for pretty good price, and it's about doubled. It's about doubled in price since I picked it up. But it's a great card to have. Like I said, I saw Nolan Ryan. This card is really cool and kind of special to me. I saw Nolan Ryan pitch his last game at Angel Stadium. Nobody knew, but that was the last game that he ever pitched there. If you watch the special facing Nolan, it starts off with talking about his last strikeout and all of that. That all came at that Angel game because of what happened to his arm and caused the end of his career. So I was actually at that game. I was a kid, and I was there with my uncle, and I never knew it at the time, being 7, 8 years old, that it would be the last time I ever got to see this guy. But it did happen, and I was there, and now we come full circle, and I own a Nolan Ryan rookie card. Here it is, the hockey card on the list, and it comes in at number 2 because I found another card, not even looking for it, but I had to get it. But yes, the 79 Topps Wayne Gretzky in a PSA 3. I've been hunting for one of these for quite a while, and I finally got one. It's a beautiful card, in my opinion. It's a 3 that looks like a 5, and that's why it's in my collection. Great card, great Grail card to knock off the list, and that leads us to number 1, the card I found by accident. The 1932 Bulgaria PSA 7 Babe Ruth card. He is in this card with the boxer Schmeling. This is pre-World War II, but this card is beautiful. I actually went to a card show looking for a rookie Gretzky. Nobody had a rookie Gretzky, and I saw this card, and it was in the price range of a rookie Gretzky. So when I saw this, it just spoke to me, the provenance of this card. There are very few playing days Babe Ruth cards that are tobacco. Most of them are gum or candy or caramel or whatever, food related. Not many tobacco cards playing days Babe Ruth. And the backstory on this card is pretty crazy. It's believed that the Bulgaria cigarettes weren't even really looking to put baseball players into this set. I believe Babe Ruth is the only baseball player in the set. And they were, the card I think was supposed to be just Schmeling. But this is pre-World War II. Schmeling, of course, is German. And he happened to be in the United States doing something, and he was there for a fight or a press thing or something. And while he was there, the Yankees were in town. So he wanted to go see Babe Ruth play. Well, they were there to photograph Schmeling for the card. And they thought, well, if he's going to be there with Babe Ruth, we might as well take a picture of both of them. And that's how Babe Ruth ended up on this card. So coming in at number one on my list, the 1932 Bulgaria Cigarettes PSA 7 Babe Ruth. So that's my list, my top 25 for 2025. I know it's nothing crazy. There's only a couple cards on this list that are four-figure cards. Everything else is under $1,000. But it's a good way. It's a good starting point for a vintage collection. I've only been collecting vintage for a handful of years, and I'm pretty picky about what I collect. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I haven't seen you. I haven't posted anything in a really long time, and I'm looking forward to the comments and what everybody else thinks of my top 25 for 2025. And I anticipate that this list will change next year because I have some cards that I would like to purchase this year. So until next time, guys, keep collecting what you love. Old school cards out.